Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for stopping by once again. Before we get into this new vlog, I just want to thank all of you that have subscribed to the channel. I know I'm not into the hundreds or the thousands at the moment, but after last week's episode, I feel more positive about doing these videos now that I have more subscribers. So I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Hopefully by the end of this one, you have liked the content that I've given you. So give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber yet, it would really be great if you could subscribe. It'd really help me. It's a real positive thing for me to start seeing the subscribers coming onto the channel, and I really appreciate it. So thanks very much. So now we'll get into the video and talk about this week's subject. Okay, so before I do get started, I must stress that the products that I mention in today's vlog are not ads, they're not paid for, I'm not affiliated to them. They are products that I actually use personally, which I find helpful for my well-being, and I'm just passing on this information to you. You may already be using them, or you may find what I'm telling you today is of an interest and you may be interested in looking into it further, but I'm not getting paid for anything that I am showing on this content today. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. It's all my own experiences and my own personal uses. So get that out of the way straight away. So what I'm going to do today is talk about 5 things that I do on a daily basis that has improved and does improve my life on a daily basis. Okay, so number 1 on my list is starting the day with a cold shower. This is something I never thought I would hear myself saying, but surrounding all the hype, everything I've read about it, everything I've watched on YouTube, I was very skeptical about it, but I took the plunge, excuse the pun, and started taking cold showers, and I've got to be honest, it's probably one of the best things that I do on a daily basis. Yes, it's uncomfortable to start with, but once you get used to it, I can highly recommend it. Have a nice hot shower, then turn it onto the cold, take 3 or 4 deep breaths, big smile on your face, and get under the water for a couple of minutes, and you will feel invigorated. It comes with all other benefits as well. I do live near the sea, but to be honest with you, I'm not too keen on wanting to go in the water around where we are. But yes, have a cold shower, a couple of minutes every morning, persevere with it. There's some mornings you really don't want to do it, particularly when it's a cold day outside, but believe me, it comes with some great benefits, and get under that cold shower and start your day with one of those. Highly recommend it. Number 2 on my list is meditation. I use an app called Calm, and it has different sessions which you can listen to, and all have different lengths of time, subjects and tutors to listen to. I try and do 10 to 15 minutes a day with a 6 to 8 minutes wind down before I go to bed, and has been a real benefit to how I feel and my attitude during the day.
Reading is important to me. I've always enjoyed reading, but it was mostly binge reading. I'd read 2 or 3 books at a time and then not read for 3 or more months again. So I've got into the habit of reading at least 1 or 2 chapters a day. I have also subscribed to audio. I have to admit that I do like the feel of an actual book and didn't think I would enjoy audio books, but I have been pleasantly surprised. I do a lot of driving and I have now got into the habit of listening to Audible for the majority of the time instead of music. I have also been one of these people that when I'm working from home and stop for lunch, I'll switch on the TV and then find I've been watching it for far too long. Now I listen to a book instead, and I am no longer wasting time and being distracted. I also listen to Headway. This is another reading app, but it's slightly different in as much that you read small segments taken from books. You can set the level you want in terms of time. I usually select the 15-minute option and listen at my leisure. I do one a day, but there is no limit and you have a wide range of subjects and authors to select from. You also have the option to both listen and read at the same time, which is what I prefer to do.
And the fifth and final thing on my list that I would like to share with you is journaling. I've now got into the habit of writing a journal, and there's something satisfying about putting pen to paper and writing things down about what you've done, how you're feeling, perhaps what's coming up in the future. Now I try and do it every day, but I've got to admit it is one thing that sometimes I do forget, and that is only because I have only recently started doing it, and it's one of those things that I do forget to do on a daily basis, but I'm getting better at it. But what I do is make sure that the day that I have missed, I'll make sure the notes for that go into journal on the day that I'm writing about it. There's 2 ways that I journal. I've got a book that I use. There's nothing quite like putting pen to paper. As I say, it's quite satisfying to do. And also I use a journal app, which is on my iPhone. So I use that more on a daily basis. And my notebook, what I've started to do as well is writing down my dreams. I read somewhere about this some time ago, about writing down your dreams. And dreams are, as you all know, very funny things. Is I could wake up some mornings having a dream and within minutes it's, I've lost all the information. It's gone out of my head. But there are times where you have quite powerful dreams, and they stay with you for a good long time after you've woken up, and those are the ones that I diarise. And it's interesting to read back over them. Since I've started doing it, no 2 dreams have been the same, but there are similar characters that have cropped up in the dreams. So yeah, it is something that I really find fascinating to do. So that is something to do, and yeah, and it's all great for my well-being because it's keeping my mind occupied, and that's what these 5 things that I've spoken about today do. They occupy your mind, they train your brain, they keep your brain active, and it's all great for your well-being. Now, some of you may have your own ideas on what you do on a daily basis, and share those in the comments. I do read everything that people write. But those 5 things are what I do, which help me, and if one of those things could help you, then that's great. I am also aware that some of what I have spoken about today are subscription. So obviously these do come with a cost, either a monthly cost or an annual cost. I mean, we're not talking about hundreds of pounds, you're talking about 50, 60, 70 pounds a year. But I do appreciate that some people can't go to these sort of budgets, particularly if you're going to be buying 3 or 4 apps at a time. All I can say is that they're a good investment in me. They help me, so for me, I see the value in it. But even if you want to just take one of them and use it, then see how you get on with it. So thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know how valuable people's time is, and if you're spending 15-20 minutes listening to me, then I'm really grateful. So as I said at the beginning, if you could subscribe, if you could put the thumbs up on it, I'd really appreciate it. It encourages me to carry on with these videos. So until next time, thank you very much, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let us know what you do on a daily basis or a weekly basis that helps your well-being, and be interested to see what you do, and it may give me some ideas for what else that I can do. So all the best, have a great time, and I'll catch up with you next time. Thank you.